welcome along to today's vlog. Yesterday, I decided I wasn't going to do in my weekly vlog another equipment review because I've done the last 3 weeks have been equipment reviews. So I asked ChatGPT to analyse my 670 odd vlog titles that have taken place since April 2016. And see which words came out the most. Well, unsurprisingly, Saxophone came out with 56 out of 600 and odd, which was quite weird. Practice 30 times, Review 23, Read 18 times, Jazz 16, Chris Potter got 11 mentions, Selma got 10, Lessons got 10. So then I asked it, and this is kind of where I think ChatGPT AI can be quite useful in just generating ideas. So give me 10 ideas of what I've not covered yet. And the one that came out top is today's vlog title, which is the best saxophone exercises for beginners. Now, I think these are great exercises whether you're a beginner, an intermediate player, an advanced player, or a pro with 20 odd years experience, because these are exercises I still use. And some of these exercises are of some of the best players that are around today. And sometimes they're exercises that have been passed down by others. So the first one, as always, is to start with tone. This is a very simple exercise, one of my own. Get your metronome at the magic tempo of 60. And I want you to just play a note for 10 seconds, okay, and then wait 2 seconds and go up a semitone. So I'm going to start on F. Actually, let's start on E on the tenor. 1, 2, 10 seconds, 3. Get into the habit, whether you, again, especially if you're a beginner, get into the habit of starting everything with long tones, whether that's practice, warm-ups before a concert, lessons. Hopefully your teacher is always telling you to do long tones. I always do long tones first with any student at whatever level. We warm up with long tones. So that's called the 10-click long tone exercise. If you only know 4 notes, just play on the 4 notes you know. It's a really, really good exercise. The next exercise is scales. Scales are just the bedrock of everything, okay? Learn your major scales, I can teach you everything else, is what I say to people on the sax coach courses. It's just so important. The thing is, you don't need a book, okay? We all know what a major scale sounds like. So I'm going to leave the metronome at 60, although there is a book on my thing, but we'll talk about that later, maybe not for beginners. Just try and play from D, so that's 3 and 3, okay? You can do it that way around, and just play up the D major scale. 1, and then crotchets 2, Great. Now an arpeggio is the first, third and fifth note of any scale. So this is another good exercise for beginners to play. So we're going to play note 1, D, note 3, F sharp, note 5, A, and then the D at the top. 1, 2, D, F sharp, A. That's simple, okay? Now what you're going to do is play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, starting on D. I'll give you a clue. The first 2 notes are 2 Ds and then you've got 2 As, okay? Keep it in time with that metronome. 1, 2, I've deliberately kept this simple. I'm just using the camera mic. I've not set up the rig to record the saxophone like some people do with loads of reverb on for this, or kind of compress everything. I'm just giving you the very, very basics, just so if you're a beginner, or even if you're coming back, or even if you've been playing ages, these exercises are great. You can make them more complex. I always think the best thing to do as a teacher, coach, is to be able to take an exercise that's really easy and simple that a beginner can get it, but then just add layers of, not complexity is the wrong word, add layers of sophistication to it that means anyone can play it, you know, so you can adapt it to any kind of situation, you know, so. St. Thomas is a very simple folk melody. Sonny Rollins' mother used to sing it to him. But da 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 da, that starts on an A on the tenor. Then it repeats. And you can add those layers of just adding things to the melody, adding grace notes. A lot of that comes though from the most important thing, and that's listening. And I've put down my saxophone players playlist down below in the description. Please check it out. You need to have saxophone parents, a saxophone player or saxophone players who you listen to, who, you know, if a Martian was to land from outer space and saw your saxophone and says, "Oh, what's that?" If they could speak English, of course, you'd be able to go, "Well, I'm playing this, but this person, Joshua Redman, Chris Potter, Branford Marsalis, they got checked in there, John Coltrane, Sonny Rollins, Wayne Shorter, all, you can basically, they're the people who really know how to play it. I'm kind of trying to follow them and trying to just play." And that's what we're aiming to do. Now, one thing we used to have a lot on this vlog is a bit more cooking. And I haven't done one for a while. Maybe you will turn off when I do cooking. But I'm going to try this thing called Pablo's Chicken tonight from Helmsley and Helmsley. Gary Barlow, of all people, recommended this to me, as in the guy from Take That. I picked this book up for £2, lost about 3 stone. Sadly, I've put some of it back on again, not all of it, but I'm keen to, into next year, for reasons that will become apparent soon, I want to get back to where I was with it. So I'm going to make some probiotic ketchup, and then I'm going to make Pablo's chicken. And then we'll see whether the kids are going to go for Heinz, aren't they? But let's see.
Pablo's child recipe that's out of sight. Egg fried chicken, keep you dancing through the night. Crispy on the outside, tasty to the core. Take a bite and you'll be screaming out for more. Pablo's secret sauce, got that funky groove. Egg fried chicken, make your body move. Get up on the floor, let your soul ignite. Pablo's skipping jam, feel the vibe tonight.
What do you think? Afternoon, early evening practice on John Williams' Escapades. Just found, as working with a student on that today, we found the recording of Dan Higgins with John Williams and LA Recording Orchestra, I think I want to say. I'll try and post a link below in the description. Well worth a check out if you've not played or heard that piece. Dan Higgins is the sax player for Bleeding Gums Murphy in The Simpsons. He's not the voice, but he's the sax player on Bleeding Gums Murphy. One of the top LA session players, well worth checking out. I mentioned him before on the vlog. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found that information useful about the practice exercises for beginners. That is long tones, technically long tones, playing a major scale, playing a melody over it, a simple melody over a scale. There are 3 great things that any beginner can do on the saxophone or any instrument, and they're well worth doing. So, speak to you soon. See you next time on the vlog. That'll be next week. Cheers. Bye-bye now.